Okay, he's going to turn broadside to us. Let's go there. Yeah. There's the dispersion we're looking for, bro. And it's 6 overpads. No, what do you mean? We get to shoot again in, 15 seconds or so. And survey says, yeah, there it is. There it is. Second time's the charm. That's what we want to see. Oh my goodness. Is he turning? Is he turning? Let's slow down here for potential Trump torps. Yes, sir. There's the damage. Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're doing another ship request, this time on the Stalingrad. It's been a while since I've played this ship, and the guns, if I remember right, are pretty good. As you know, I've been a huge fan of Outnumbered, so I'm actually very excited to take a look at this ship today. As always though, with ship request, comment down below whatever you want to see next time, most upvoted. That is what I will be playing. The build we're running today is, of course, going to be Kuznetsov, as he's just the best commander. He's insane. And this is kind of a cruiser build that I've been running on a lot of my ships recently. We want full concealment as much as we can. It's not very good here, as we can tell. But I'm trying to sneak in Outnumbered and Top Grade Gunner as well. So we're lacking a little bit. Not taking Survivability Expert, not taking Heavy AP in this case. We're also lacking on Turret Traverse here, which I'm not sure I would necessarily recommend. 41 seconds is not great. Here is the rest of the equipment, by the way. Really going to be quite painful to not have fire prevention on a ship like this one. We burn a long time, and of course, turning away from a bad situation is not really possible. That Citadel is gigantic. That's the main weakness of Stalingrad. Good armor when you're angled. It burns a lot though, and of course you can't turn away from bad situations. Overmatchable upper belt, but we do have this icebreaker and then 50mm deck, 50mm upper belt. So it is a reasonably tanky ship, but like most cruisers, and battle cruisers are included in this, we don't want to be the primary focus of the enemy team. We want to let our battleships do the tanking, and we'll provide some supplemental supporting firepower and a bit of tankiness if needed. Very excited to take a look at Stalingrad today. It's been a little while, so enjoy this ship request. And we're going to start this with some very good matchmaker here. Tier 10, but a lot of lower tier ships, lots of cruisers to go after. And positioning your Stalingrad, of course, is not going to be easy these days. I debated pushing to this island and playing very aggressive, but I'm worried about whichever way I point, I'm going to open up my broadside to crossfires, right, from over here or over here. It's a very committed position. We also have a lot of tier 9s situated on this flank, so I want to go support that. Starting off with your Stalingrad, you might just play a pre-kited style, honestly. It's, I know, a little lame. I talk about this a lot, pre-kiting and all that, but what I want to do is not just get stuck bow in and then get farmed down via Valparaiso. Okay, decent decision making so far. And actually, it looks like they're leaving the 1-2-3 line. That is very interesting. So we're just going to play it patient for now and wait and see who shows up broadside. Of course, we're mainly going to be AP focused when playing a Stalingrad. You can improve pen angles alongside some very accurate 305mm main guns here. I really like the guns here. Even though it's been a while since I've played with it, it's still one of the better gun platforms. Our shell velocity is really good though, so I can't actually shoot this Riga. Riga is in that position where if he bows into this side, he's potentially going to eat some broadside shots. Although we don't really have someone in position for that at the moment. Takahashi is going to turn away. So let's head right there. If Valparaiso pushes, we are just going to kite away. A little bit of damage, not too much to start with. That's okay. Buffalo is maybe going to go broadside. Takahashi maybe going to go broadside. However, I would rather just shoot this Valparaiso because we should be able to Citadel him. Indeed, that's 20k already. And 7 seconds from now, we get to fire again. So here's the benefit of a Stalingrad. You get battleship light guns with battle cruiser level reload. You get amazing shell velocity alongside relatively good tankiness. It's a really solid platform, but you just gotta be aware that you can get burned down incredibly quickly in this ship. So it's no longer the pushing, tanking ship that perhaps it once was in the past. Yeah, see, this Riga is actually a perfect example of why I didn't end up pushing here. Not always you get a great example like that. Unfortunately for this Riga, we gotta be a little careful in these, yeah, the improved pen angles. We didn't even bounce or shatter anything at that angle. That's a pretty sharp angle if you can even see that on the mini-map there. So I know it's a little lame to start off so passive like this, but it is the correct play in something like a Stalingrad. We got a lot of range. I am running reload mod, as you guys can see here, and it should be enough in a lot of games, although you never know. Sometimes it does feel like we want to take that extra range. Good start though, right? As always with cruisers, we're thinking about our HP pool. We're wanting to keep a lot of it for the mid and late game, as that is where cruisers are at their strongest. You don't have to worry about as many crossfires, that kind of thing. You'll notice the enemy team doesn't really have much on the 1, 2, 3 lines. We pointed that out early, but it is worth mentioning that we're showing a lot of broadside to this. And that's why I'm okay with playing here, right? Is Buffalo going to accelerate? Perhaps he will. That is not the best dispersion, unfortunately. And it looks like I underled slightly. But we still get the Citadel there. These guns are so good, man. Thinking about Takahashi as well as an option. Vermont is quite broadside. Valparaiso could be pushing into the sea cap there. And look at how we have a lot of our friendlies on this side. So I'll be the potential crossfire for them. Looks like we did not hit the Buffalo. That's okay. Takahashi is pushing in, potentially showing broadside. Potentially. Gonna try and aim mini-map here. He's not showing broadside. Okay, that's fine. I would like to turn around and start pushing, but Vermont would be a potential threat there. Okay, he's going to turn broadside to us. Let's go there. Yeah. There's the dispersion we're looking for, bro. And it's 6 overpads. No, what do you mean? Oh, no, it's a disaster. We get another chance, though. It's not like a Vermont where we have a 40-second reload. We get to shoot again in, 15 seconds or so. And survey says, yeah, there it is. There it is. Second time's the charm. That's what we want to see. Good stuff, Stalingrad. Good stuff. Salem reversing. I'm spending most of my time looking at the minimap, by the way. Okay, we're going to risk the turn here. But this is the whole thing, right? Like, he's low enough that I understand why he's reversing out. But it's tough. Okay, Vermont just shot. Okay, so we're pretty good to turn in here now. Right, like that is a tough spot to be in. You're very committed. And I guess this is why people play passive so much these days, is committing to islands is hard in today's meta of very strong ships that have been added to the game. Stalingrad isn't even new, right? And it's still very strong. But there's a lot of new stuff that is kind of wild. Yeah, not the best damage there, but it's okay. Adatar on our flank could be a problem. It's a close match so far. He's going to push. Looks like he is pushing. We're thinking about Buffalo if Buffalo pushes out here. How's our Medici health? It's okay. Oh, there's a Ven out here as well. Okay, so this flank isn't quite as secure as I was thinking it was. We should have enough pen to actually get through Valparaiso Citadel there. Matter of if we hit it or not. We do not. Shells went a little low. Perhaps I aimed too low. We do have good shell velocity, but he's also turning away. Team gets Adatara. Okay, so that clears that flank for us. That's nice. Good hit there. Very good hit there, in fact. We do take a lot of sap damage, by the way. So I'm just pushing up to this island here to prevent, lots of broadside hits on us. Because I do want to help focus down this Valparaiso, maybe get Vermont shots, something like that. Let's go there. If Buffalo pushes on us, that could be quite rough. Yeah, not bad. We're looking for broadsides, of course. And I could swap to the HE. It's not like Stalin has bad HE, but you guys know me. I'm more of an AP fan. I haven't used my radar yet. Perhaps that's a bad thing. It is, in fact, a bad thing. I should have been using it. Can I get over that? I'm not sure. But I should be thinking about my radar and how I can get some good value out of it. 260! No, he got his heal. That's too bad. That's actually really too bad. Let's try again. Let's see, is Kitakazi in the area? He is, okay. I was wondering if he was maybe going to rush me from this side or not, but looks like we're okay from that for now. So our team has not won this flank that we're on. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just trying to help on the other flank because most of our team is there, and I mean, we're getting a lot of broadsides right now. But we will have to start focusing up on this, our own flank here. Oh, nice. They get the Valparaiso. That's good. Outnumbered buff procking. Hello. Good to see ya. This is actually maybe a really dumb reverse here. I was really hoping I would get here in time before Buffalo and Ven get around. But Ven is here already. Can pre-heal this a little bit. Buffalo might decide to push us here. Yep, he's coming. So I should have used my radar earlier, and then I would have had it back. Okay, that's the thing. I would have had it back. Let's try there. We're also going to accelerate so that we don't have... You know, the Kitakazi is probably torping us, right? He's probably torping us. And now, next threat is probably Buffalo turning the corner here on us. The sap hurts a lot, guys. It really does. Come on. Where is he? Surely, right? Yeah, I knew it. That's one taken care of. Good. Can we get lucky again? I don't think so. Yeah, unfortunately we do eat that torpedo. Now then, let's try and deal with this guy. We get Kuzi. Very good. We love to see Kuzi. And now, angle. No, don't kill me. Oh, man. That would have been nuts if we get that reload yet and then finish off the Ven. The sap hurts a lot, guys. It really does. Looks like I should have helped on the 1, 2, 3 lines more, okay? Our team is not looking so hot on the D flank. And while I did help a bit over there, you can see the Vermont and Lion were still alive. What I should have done, okay? I should have maybe played Bow in here or something, but then I would have had Shima and Brindisi support while I'm there. I might have gotten torped out still, but I should have used my radars earlier. I should have done that. I could have played that a lot better, and I think we might have won this game, actually, instead of more than likely losing it, as Vermont's about to cross here, and our guys coming back to maybe deal with Ven are probably just going to get shot in their side, right? So I could have played that a lot better, but considering it's first match of the day, we just barely finished our coffee, I'll take 216k and a Kraken. So with those mistakes in mind, maybe we play Bow on this island to start. Maybe try and get more value out of our radar, eh? In this one, we do have a super ship game, although tons of DDs here. So we better get some more value out of that radar, okay? In this one, we also have a submarine worth noting, and that's a great indicator to not play Bow in on an island, but we're going to try and make it work. We'll see what it's like this game. But the reason you don't play Bow in on an island when there's a sub is that the homing torps, right? They just kill you for free anytime you're stationary. You need to be moving to be able to dodge them, slow down, turn in, turn out, that kind of thing is the only way to deal with them. And so playing on islands is a great way to have the sub pop out here and just take you out for free. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Sometimes team will do enough to not have that happen to us. This is a good position, though, to get our radar on this island, or on this B cap. 12-kilometer radars are extremely powerful, man. Very, very good. And Stalin's is no joke. 26.4-second duration with this build as well. Got double Bremen here as well with us, which is really, really useful. Something shot us already. Unfortunately, didn't get spotted. That is too bad. Playing bow in is maybe a little old school, but we're going to try it. We can always reverse around this island. Gotta watch this little opening here for cross shots, but if we play close enough, we should be okay. Now, does Petro cross this gap? We only have front guns here. Sometimes it's correct to just not greed for your front guns, guys, okay? Actually, it is Shima here. I don't want that guy to go dark, so that's what we're gonna do. And Belau could be pushing here, so let's go there. We have double Bremen here as well, so I would love for them to help us out. Swap to the HE here. Great shell velocity. Should make this a lot easier to hit, maybe? Oh, I think I missed. Good blinds on the Belau, right? We called it early on what typically submarines are going to do. So seeing him there already is a great indicator that that's probably what's coming. Really underled that Shima, though. Wow. It's been a while since I've played Stalin, so poor aim on my part, straight up. But still good utility, I think. We also got the Tromp spotted, right? Like, a lot of information gathering that has been done here that you just can't do without the crazy radar duration, or distance, right? Petro is the tech tree version of this, right? Petro has faster reload, worse dispersion, better tankiness, I would say. It's got less HP, but I don't think it burns for as long. It's got less superstructure, much better detect, smaller citadel, although it is still an exposed citadel, right? Looks like our gearing is kind of yellowing here. I don't like what he's doing at all, in fact, but maybe it'll work. Shima is getting B. Enemy Shima is pushing the flank here. Again, yes. And there's a sub on his way. So let's try there and maybe for a turn away as well. Yes, good. Team is aware. Team is definitely aware. That's nice. Let's try and lead properly this time, shall we? We actually have D-fire on this ship, by the way, and it's a decent defensive fire. Partially just because it lasts so long, right? And you're gonna go like this-ish, perhaps? And nah, I don't think that hits, unfortunately. 2 seconds until our radar is up, and maybe that can get Shima killed. Probably not, though. I'm worried about that main, though. I think he was arcing over this island for sure. He's just on the edge of our range, man. Like, I can't quite lead much more than this. Oh, wait, he's popping up above water? I can't get over that. No, dude, no. That's too bad. All right, our D-fire's up for another 3 seconds, so we get some plans, maybe? It's not good enough, and this is the other thing about playing bow in on islands, is that you're kind of a sitting duck for airstrikes and carriers, right? So, ideally, ideally we're not doing this, right? Especially into carrier games. Sumo's almost down. Our radar's back up, so it could be a good idea to swap to the HE and maybe go for Shima, if we can catch him. That'd be cool. We're loaded in 5, so let's radar and see. Yes! Yes! Look at me, learning from my mistakes, guys. Kind of incredible. And then I overlead. Wow, that's pretty bad. So let's reverse off of this island and rep that now. Go there. Having a main on us is pretty terrifying. We've taken a lot of damage already. Oh, the cheeky fire. There we go. Maybe let our team catch up a little bit to us. Got over 1.5 million potential damage. It was pretty good. We got heals for a little while now, too. like I said, we're not the main point of the spear, right? We're not the battleship, although, yeah, our Rhode Island is very, very healthy behind us. Let's let's not get too frustrated at that, okay? Some battleships are just taking their time, right? We're very broadside to main right now. Let's turn in. Sometimes you can angle in time and then just bounce everything. Oh, we don't have enough to Citadel him, too bad. Yeah, okay, so we don't take much damage there, which is really nice. Tromp airstrikes, really annoying. Carrier strikes, really annoying. Subs, really annoying. It's damage that is... It's like taxes, right? There's not much you can really do about it other than move. Move very, very far away. Unfortunately, Wargaming's design there is quite poor. We're not going to focus on that too much, but I do want to mention that it's just very annoying to fight against. Maybe that's something Wargaming doesn't quite understand. Unfortunately, it's just very frustrating damage. You know, damage from a main is way less frustrating. You know, getting dev struck by a main if I'm caught broadside, I personally don't find frustrating at all because, well, there's a lot I could do about that to change that. And yeah, we're not going to talk much more about that. Let's talk more about trying to hit this Tromp with some AP. No Hydro, okay, no Hydro, worth mentioning. 3 hits there is fine. Not incredible, fine. Let's go back to the AP, though, because main appears to be reversing out. Oh, my goodness. Main gets dev struck, pretty much, by Chimatorbs. So, nearly 2 million potential damage into this one, and 35k damage. We have done a lot of tanking for our team on our flank. We have done a lot of spotting for our team through our radar, but not a lot of damage, right? And sometimes that is how it goes when you play on an island. You just don't have opportunities to really get much damage. And so if you're looking to farm damage, that's why you see a lot of people play that turned away position like I did in the first game. And hey, we got a lot of damage, but did we have as much battle impact? Well, we would have if I played the game properly. If I had actually used my radar, if I didn't abandon my teammates on that flank, that kind of thing, right? There are ways to do it better than I showed in that one. But it is worth mentioning that sometimes the island play isn't the correct play either. Stalingrad's pretty quick across the map, though, which is nice, too. It's a really good pickup. If you're wondering for steel, if it's worth picking up, I still think so. I like Stalingrad still. I hadn't played it for a while, so I was curious to see how this would go. And it's gone well. It's gone very well. I should have blind fired this guy, by the way, when we got around that island. But we'll do it anyway here. Okay, well, I should have done it earlier when it's a lot easier to hit. Oh, he slowed down, that's why. Oh my goodness, is he turning? Is he turning? Let's slow down here for potential Tromp Torps. Yes, sir! There's the damage. We're finding it. We're finding it. Let's go. Big. I'm all self-conscious about my damage now. That's why we're not turning to shoot Tromp. Okay, we'll be good. We'll be a good team player. We'll be a good team player now. Yeah, 11k there. Nice. Not activating my... Oh, that's a Jaeger. Not activating my outnumbered very much right now. Oh, we can yoink it, though. We're the worst team player. We're the worst, bro. We don't shoot at him until he's almost dead, and then we take the kill. I'm sorry, team. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to do better in this one. I did radar. I did some good support in this one. Okay, I supported. Okay, I supported. 70k, though, is awful damage. Wow. Oh, a bit of a yoink there at the end. But it's, you know, it's team play. It's some team play in that one a little more so. Top score, though. Not much to do in that one, though. It shows off some less damage team play focused ones, though. And it shows off some tankiness. So overall, a couple good games already in Stalingrad. I had a bit of a suspicion it was coming. Okay. The carrier game is in, and given our maneuverability, given our vulnerable broadside, we're gonna struggle to bow in positions with a carrier game. I also swapped for range mod, as you may find that is just a better pick for Stalingrad in a lot of situations. Having that extra little bit of range out to like nearly 24 is so nice. The guns are so good out to even maximum range that it is worth thinking about this as far as a range mod build. And I'm going to play it really passive to start, okay? Our concealment just doesn't support us playing really bow in here. It's a great way to get yourself picked off early by the carrier and by a lot of enemy focus. Because Stalingrad isn't as tanky as it once was. You just have to play it more carefully than you once did. 14-2 detect is 2 to 3 kilometers worse than a lot of the new battleships have these days, right? And we're way more vulnerable than those ships are. It's unfortunate, but if you want to get good, consistent value out of this ship, which it can certainly give, it's the guns are amazing. The radar is amazing, as we've already seen, and it can be tanky. You just can't throw your ship away early. You just can't. So start it a little too passive for my liking personally, and well, you'll still have some very, very good games. Summers, okay, sure. Hawaii is very dangerous new ship here. We're also taking prop mod for this reason too, by the way. If you're wondering, you know, I talked about fires lasting a long time. Why don't you just take damage control mod? Well, prop mod here helps in situations like this where our ship is able to throttle juke, right? We're throttle jockeying here a little bit more. Ohio's on the HE for some reason. His shells went way short. That's incredible, bro. Look at that. I was basically stationary. I didn't really touch my rudder at all, and his shells still went short. That's so wild. Very frustrating for that Ohio player, I'm sure. Another, like, 11k volley. Like, look at the damage we can pump in at these ranges. I don't think we actually get through his citadel here, but maybe we can try. HE Ohio. Very strange. Summers made it into A. That's fine. Or not. Or we do just Citadel him. Wow, that's 50k already, guys. You know, maybe this isn't the most interesting gameplay for you, but I think Stalingrad is compromised enough that it's a little understandable here, right? I think this is understandable. Ohio damage controlled and now is also angled to us. So let's use some HE for the sake of the video, as well as maybe we get some permas here. 51 millimeters of pen is outstanding. Just kidding. We have Harugumo, Prince Adalbert, and a Thunderer. So of course they will get the permas. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. But that extra pen is really, really nice. I gotta say, it's really, really useful. Now then, shall we turn in? I think so. Perhaps I should have done this a little bit sooner. It's always a little hard to do that. Ohio has, in fact, swapped to the AP. He's going to go down, though, likely before his next shot. So what I'm worried about is actually Shikushima cross maps now. He is not turned for us, so that is totally fine. Hawaii and Worcester. Hawaii can burn us down. Worcester can burn us down. But if they turn broadside to us, you know, there's a chance. There's a chance we get some spicy damage here. We kind of have good control of the flank at the moment. Worcester is very angled. Is he going to ground, though? No, he's probably going to turn all the way this way. See, when you're in front of an island, you get a little bit more predictable. No, he is going to decide to ground. Okay, so either he decided to turn all the way and we get a chance into his broadside. Not a massive broadside, but it is broadside enough that I do think Stalin AP could do some good work, or he grounds, and that becomes a very vulnerable position in itself. I'm looking for potential cross shots into Petro in particular here. I'm also wanting to push up now because Malta is on our Thunder more than likely. And we do have some okay AA power. All right, it is worth mentioning that. And we do want to support our team with that. 6.6 kilometer range on that AA, by the way. Very nice. Chikushima is pushing. Let's go there. Clumped up, right? If our clump of ships is pushing, then we want to push. 10k, very nice. We should be getting some angles on this Hawaii soon. Yeah, there we go. Poor Thunder is just getting absolutely murdered here. In theory, Hawaii has a citadel, guys. Did you know that? I was watching Malta and John play this Hawaii, and they were getting citadeled a lot. However, I can't hit it, bro. Oh, man, that's really funny. Worcester option. go there. And now that we are the primary focus here, I'm worried about Shiki cross map, but he's not focused on us. Nice. We get the Worcester Citadel. It should have a Citadel. Okay, it should have a Citadel, but it seems in practice it's kind of hard to hit a lot of the time. I would love to get around this corner faster to help our Thunderer out, because I think he's going to go down here rather quickly. Malta is on the dive bombers. Wow. That is scary. I'm not sure if he actually is able to Citadel us. Probably, though. Hawaii is angled enough that I think we just go superstructure here. I actually am going to defire, because those are pretty scary for us. Nice. Okay, Hawaii goes down. That is really good. Unfortunate we lose our outnumbered proc. We're going to make him drop our broadside, because that is the worst angle, and hopefully we don't take too much there. Okay, we didn't take too much, and I'm actually going to recall my D-Fire to maybe get it back sooner. The problem is your D-Fire has a really, really long cooldown on this one. It lasts a long time, but the cooldown's really bad. Can we get that shot in, please? More than likely, the carrier's coming after us again. Ah, we don't get that shot in. Too bad. Not the best game, but that's okay. A little blowout is what it is, I guess. Yeah, so Malta's going to come after us again. We're in a position where we're able to dodge. Okay, this is why you have to play so far back, because you need to be able to force these suboptimal angles for the carrier to drop you, right? If you're playing close up... Oh, double sit! Yes! Let's go. If you're playing close up, you basically give the carrier a free drop at the optimal angle. Because otherwise, are you going to show broadside to the entire enemy team? No, of course not. Right? So it's very difficult. Carriers make life very, very difficult to push in. They do not improve passive games. They make them worse. Although here is a broadside Malta. Let's see what we get. Good dispersion. I mean the groupings are really nice, right? Like if you're someone who's played Petro and you're like, man, I wish it was better at range. The dispersion, more consistent punishes. This thing's good, man. This thing is really good. Unfortunately, he's turning away from us now. See, like, we can turn into these and mitigate some of the damage, you know? It's possible, but imagine we're 12 kilometers away, 15 kilometers away from the enemy here. It's not possible to make these maneuvers. The other thing is, he's so quick, right? He outmaneuvers us by like 10x, his speed, his turning radius, all that stuff, that he's easily able to, even if I am turning and trying to dodge as much as I can, it's not enough. It's actually not enough because he's just that much more maneuverable than me. So this is the problem with carriers, right? This is the problem Wargaming seems to not quite understand, is it's frustrating to play against something when your only option is to just dodge. That's the gameplay loop, is just dodge. That's not fun. You know, it's just not that enjoyable to have an experience where, let's say you're in a boxing match and you're tied up in a straitjacket and the other guy has full use of his arms, right? You can dodge, okay? But we're not calling that a fair fight, are we? You know, that's really frustrating Wargaming. If you're listening at all, that's the frustration that I find, is that against cruisers, there's things I can do. To fight back, to dodge, yes. To mitigate damage, yes. But also to fight back and attack back, right? There is no attacking back at a carrier is really what it comes down to, unfortunately. So a bit of a blowout in this one. Not our best match, but I guess we still got up to 155 there. Perhaps I was just yapping and we actually got some decent damage there towards the end. Range ball can work. It can do some decent damage. It's a lot safer, and maybe that's the best way to play Stalingrad these days. It's not as tanky as it once was, but man, we had some really good games. I'm very, very happy with how today worked out. Let me just double check this match. We lost, unfortunately. But wow, what a game that one was. Even 1600 on a loss there is very, very solid. I misplayed that first one, though, a lot more than the later two. We didn't get good value out of our radar. We didn't team play quite as well. And as a result, we lost. I should have done better. But that is going to do it for the Stalingrad ship request. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yes, it's not as powerful as it once was, but let's be honest, Stalingrad was pretty busted overpowered when it first released, and now that we have a lot stronger meta these days, it's not like Stalingrad's bad, guys. This ship is still absolutely incredible and well worth playing these days. You just got to play a little more passive, a little further back. You got to realize it's not 2017 or 2018, whenever this ship released, where this was tankier than a lot of battleships back in the day. But this being Ship Request, make sure you comment down below. Whatever you want to see next time, most upvoted is what I will be playing. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.